Hello, first grade. It's time for some math. Let's take a look at our PAX vision. All right, today we are going to be working on having that positive attitude. We're going to be respectful to our family who's helping us learn at home. We're going to keep trying even if the math gets hard. And I added something, friends. It's be brave, take risks, and try some new math strategies. If you've been trying tallies, maybe today you try using what you know about 10 to help you solve these problems. Okay, so I want you to keep that in mind today. Try new strategies. Our learning targets today are a lot like last week's, okay? We have some more story problems about penguins today. So we're going to be learning to add and subtract numbers. We're also going to be using those clues in the story to help us solve the problem. And I really want you working on showing your thinking using words, numbers, and pictures so that Mrs. Bauman, Mrs. Larson, and I can really understand what's happening in your first grade brain. Today we are working on Unit 6, Module 3, Sessions 1 and 2. We have 2 jobs today. We're going to be using pages 42, 43, 44, and 45. Let's get started, friends. The directions on this first sheet say, read and solve each of the problems below. Show your work. Use numbers, pictures, or words to help solve the problem. Fill in the missing number in the equation when you find the answer. Let's do problem number 1 together. 6 penguins are on the ice. 4 penguins are in the water. How many penguins in all? Let's study the picture. Here are the 6 penguins on the ice, and here's the number 4 to represent the 4 penguins in the water. The question is, how many penguins are there in all? First grade, you might know 4 and 6 make 10. Some of us know that in a snap. If you're not sure, counting on is a great strategy. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Or you may start with 6 and count on 7, 8, 9, 10. And then I write 10 in the box. Let's read the next problem together. There are 7 penguins on the ice and 11 penguins in all. How many penguins are in the water? We have a missing part here, first grade. Some of you might know the missing part because you know your 10 facts. If you're not sure, you could use a reckon rec or tallies to help you find the missing part. Pause the video and solve this problem now. Problem number 3 says, there are 5 penguins in the water and 15 penguins in all. How many penguins are hiding behind the hill? The picture will help you. It's showing one part is 5. The total is going to be 15, but there's some missing behind here. You might know a fact or some 10 pluses that help you. If you're not sure, you can write tallies on the hill to represent the penguins hiding in the back. Pause the video and finish this part now. The next problem says 7 penguins are in the water and there are 14 penguins in all. How many penguins are hiding behind the hill? Again, you know one part is 7. You know the whole is 14. Your job is to find the missing part behind the penguin or behind the hill. You could use your reckon rec or tallies or facts you know to help you solve this problem. Problem number 5 says, there are 12 penguins on the ice and 20 penguins in all. How many penguins in the water? I'm going to read that one more time. There are 12 penguins on the ice and 20 penguins in all. How many penguins are in the water? So we know one part. We know the whole is 20. We're trying to find the missing part. One more problem like this, first grade, but this time there's no picture. There were some penguins swimming in the water. 3 more penguins jumped in. Now there are 23 penguins in the water. How many penguins were in the water to start with? We know the whole is 23. One part is 3. What is the missing part? A Rec and Rec is going to be a great tool for this problem because we know that we can find some parts there. Tallies are another good choice. Counting on or using facts you know. All right, first grade, here is a challenge. Number 7 is a challenge problem. The penguin brothers, Ollie and Sammy, are having a fishing contest with their sisters, Molly and Pammy. Ollie caught 9 fish and Sammy caught 4 fish. Molly caught 7 fish and Pammy caught 6 fish. We need to know which team caught more fish, Ollie and Sammy or Molly and Pammy. So I'm looking for 2 separate holes, and I have 2 parts for each hole. First, Ollie and Sammy are a team. Ollie 9, Sammy 4. That's going to give us 1 hole. These 2 will give us 1 hole. Then Molly and Pammy, they're going to give us another hole. And our job is to decide who caught more. Pause the video and finish this work now. First grade, you might decide that it's time for a break and you'd like to finish this math work on another day. But if you feel like you're ready to keep going, we're going to move on to page 44 and 45. Problem number 1 says, there were 11 penguins on the ice. Then 3 of them dove into the water. How many penguins are left on the ice? This story problem is a little bit different than the other ones because some of the penguins are leaving. We have a subtraction or take away 3 problem here. Figure out the total by counting back using tallies or using facts you know. Write the answer here. It might sound like this: 11, 10, 9, 8. Other friends might know that 11 is just 1 more than 10. So I could do 11 minus 1 gets me to 10. So now I only need to subtract 2 more. And I know that 10 take away 2 will get me to 8. Both strategies got me to 8 penguins. Problem number 2 says, there were 10 penguins on the ice. Some of them dove into the water, and now there are only 3 penguins left on the ice. How many penguins dove into the water? I started with 10. Some jumped into the water, and now I have 3. How many must have dove into the water? I'm going to solve this problem by counting on. I have 3 still here. Let's make some tallies for who's in the water. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. My total is 10, and I know to stop there because my story said that there were 10 penguins on the ice in the beginning. Let's see how many are in the water. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 penguins are in the water. Some of you might have known this in a snap because you know 7 and 3 make 10. Let's take a look at problem number 3. Some penguins were on the ice. Then 4 dove into the water. Now there are only 9 penguins left on the ice. How many penguins were there on the ice to start? First grade, study this picture and solve the problem. Pause the video and finish this side of your worksheet. All right, friends, we're almost done. You've got some great stamina going. Problem number 4 says, solve each of the equations below. Write the answer in the empty box. Use numbers, pictures, or words to show how you got the answer. The problem says 20, subtract or take away something will get me to 10. If I start at 20 and I take some away, how many do I need to take away so that I only have 10 left? This is a great Rec and Rec problem. I'm going to draw a Rec and Rec with a quick sketch. I'm going to start with my 5 red beads, and then I'm going to quick shade those in so they look red to me. And then I'm going to use 5 white beads. That's 10. Now I'm going to do the same for my bottom rack. See how I'm showing you my thinking using pictures? Now my 5 whites on the bottom. This is going to match my 20. I know my total is 20 so far, but I want to end up with 10. Well, I know that a Rec and Rec has 10 on top and 10 on bottom. That means that one whole rack needs to go away so that I can end up with just 10. If I leave just my top rack and I take away my bottom rack, that means I need to take away 10 because the bottom rack is 10. First grade, try a similar strategy for the next problem. Something, take away 10, will leave me with 3. If I want to end up with 3 and I take away 10, how many beads will I need to start with on my Rec and Rec? Pause the video and try that now. All right, first grade, let's take a look at number 5. Some penguins were playing on the ice. Then 10 of them dove into the water, and only 8 penguins were left on the ice. How many penguins were on the ice to start? Use numbers, pictures, or words to show how you got the answer. Let's read that one more time. Some penguins were playing on the ice. Then 10 of them dove into the water, and only 8 penguins were left on the ice. How many penguins were on the ice to start? All right, I'm going to start by drawing what I know. It says that 10 of the penguins dove into the water. I'm going to draw that now. There's 10 in the water. And it says that 8 were left on the ice. Here's my ice. I know there's 8 up here. How many do you think there were all together? You could use your Rec and Rec, or tallies, or counting on, or maybe even facts you know. All right, first grade, it's time for the challenge. It says, some penguins were playing on the ice. Then 8 of them dove into the water. A few seconds later, 5 of those penguins jumped back onto the ice. Now there are 12 penguins on the ice. How many penguins were on the ice to start? Use numbers, pictures, or words to show how you know how you got the answer. Wow, first grade, nice work. That was a lot of story problems, and you didn't give up. I am so proud of you. I think you better give your brain a kiss. I think it grew. Definite stretching happening today. You should feel so proud. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.